Okay, good afternoon everyone. I'm going to talk about my impression of a Mazda 3 that I bought in 2017. So we're going to take this car for a ride up behind the Dandenongs on a windy mountain road. There's some cars in the background, so it's a little bit noisy, but we're going to just take it for a drive and I'll just talk about my impressions of this car. Thank you, Nora, the Explorer. Okay, we're starting. Okay, so the Mazda 3 is rolling. It's 3:15 on a Wednesday afternoon, so we have a fair bit of sun. It's nice, the weather's nice, it's nice for a drive. I have the satellite navigation on because I'm not sure of this road. I haven't been on it before, so I need to find my way home. So this is a Mazda 3 SP25 GT model. So this model sits one below the Astina model. Bought this car in 2017, and so I just want to give some impressions of the car. I've had it for 2 years, so I've got to know the car quite well. There's things that I like about this car, and there's some things which are a little bit annoying. One of the things that I find annoying is the service schedule in this car. So it's every 10,000 kilometres. We have cars in Australia where the service schedule is 15,000 kilometres, so that's an annoyance. The servicing here is relatively expensive compared to some other cars. The other thing that I find annoying is, again, it's the warranty. So the warranty on this car is 3 years. If you're comparing this to, for example, a Honda, a Hyundai, or a Kia, the warranty's not that good. Those cars have up to a 7-year warranty, so this is pretty puny compared to those cars. Another annoyance is the boot of the cargo hold. It's fairly small. Similarly, the back seat. If you've got taller passengers in the back seat, then their knees are going to be up around their chin somewhere. It's not real good. For example, for my son, he's not really happy with this. So they're the things that are on the negative side. There are a lot of things on the plus side of the column. I'm just going to turn around. You can hear my satellite navigation telling me where to go. It's a bit like a woman. It'll give you orders all the time, and then if you disagree, you can be in a little bit of trouble. Okay, so one of the things that I do like about this car is the overall appearance. It's got a nice look to it. So you line it up, for example, next to a Honda, Hyundai. It looks great. This is a great looking car. The other thing that's pretty good is the fuel economy. So I've had the economy meter on since it was brand new. 70% of the driving's been done in the city, 30% out in the country. A lot of it's peak hour traffic, and I've still managed to be able to get 7.5 litres per 100 kilometres. So that's overall, that's pretty good. The other thing that I like about this car is that it'll run on standard unleaded. Some similar cars with the turbocharge need the premium petrol, which costs a fair bit more. All the features in the car are pretty easy to reach. Air conditioning's easy. Controls to the big screen here are fairly easy to reach. It's simple. It's straightforward. Heated seats, for example, come on this model. They're all straightforward. Air conditioner works incredibly well. The heads-up display is another feature that I like. This one only comes on the SPGT or the Estina. So the heads-up display gives you information which is pretty vital to where you're going. One of the things that I find good about it is it'll give you the speed limit, so you can look at that pretty quickly and realise if you're going over the speed. For me, that's really important because I drive a fair bit with my work. It also has a speed alert on it, so I can set it to the conditions. I can set it to the signs outside, and it'll give me an automatic warning that if I'm going too fast. That's where this beep comes on, and that's probably saved my license many times. It's got the 2.5 litre engine in it, and so while it's not a hot hatch, its acceleration is pretty good. For me, it's everything that I'd need as far as power goes, because a lot of the time I'm sitting in peak hour traffic, and I figure that a faster car's not going to go any quicker in those sort of conditions, and I'm not using much petrol. So practicality wise, for those reasons, it's pretty good. Handling's great around sharp corners. It hugs the road really well. It's nimble. It's got a 6-speed gearbox, which is pretty well matched to the engine. But one of the reasons why I bought the auto was that it actually gets better fuel economy than the manual. So I was pretty happy with that. Down here, there's a sports mode. So if you need extra acceleration, it's just a matter of switching this sports mode on. That automatically brings your rev range up and increases your acceleration. So I find that handy if I'm in busy traffic. I've got this stick here because it reminds me I'm out in the country, which I like doing because originally I was from the country. On a long trip, this is a comfortable car to take on a drive, providing you haven't got 4 passengers. If you've got 3 passengers, that's pretty good. 4 passengers would be a bit of a squeeze, and the same with the cargo hold size. It's a bit small. The bipping just went on then, you could hear that. That's a speed alert. There's school zones around here, so it automatically, the speed alert or the cameras in the front would automatically detect that this is a 40-kilometre zone and I need to slow down. So again, it's probably helped save my license, because usually around these areas they have speed cameras dotted. There it goes again. So I'm going 41 kilometres just crossing a major highway here, so I just need to focus while I do this. This is heading towards peak hour traffic now, so I just need to be careful to cross this road and concentrate. There we go. The general maintenance and general reliability of the car's been excellent. Only problem that's happened is one of the automatic rear view mirrors hasn't worked, but that's getting replaced under warranty. I'm glad it's happened now, because if it was another 12 months down the track, the car would be out of warranty. So I'm just going back to my original complaint about a short warranty. Resale value of these cars in Australia, the Mazda is really good. It is one of the best 3 cars for getting good resale. So it's a popular car, and when you go to sell it, providing it's been maintained properly, it's also going to be a popular car again. So that was another reason why I chose this car. The cars that I looked at was the Honda Civic, and I looked at a few of the Hyundais. I looked at a WRX Subaru turbocharged, but the logic just kept bringing me back to this car. I guess the only thing that's not logical about it is it's just smaller in the back, smaller in the cargo hole. Okay, so I'm over the speed. Now it's good. So now we're driving back towards Melbourne. We're on the Princess Highway, which is running parallel to the major freeway out here. So I've tried to avoid the traffic. If I had have done this trip an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago, there wouldn't have been very much on this road whatsoever. But it just gets busy around this time. Peak hour traffic, maybe for 3 hours, it will be busy. Leather seats in the car. So these come standard with this model. At the moment though, I've got seat protectors on it, so it's sort of like the material that you'd use in a in a wetsuit. So it's relatively comfortable, easy to maintain. And
what do we have this car?
What do we what?
What do we have this car? The car they have heat up or the seat?
Yes, we do. We have this is switching on the. This is good in wintertime. Melbourne gets really cold, and it's not much good to have a cold bottom while you're driving along. It'll take a minute and a half, and then you get warm pretty quickly, and you think, oh yeah, that's pretty good. So for wintertime, it's great. But it's a relatively warm day today, so I need to put these off. I'm going to fry my backside. It's got Bose speakers in it, so the sound system in this is really good. It's got the big ones down the front, it's got ones up the top, and it's got another 2 sets in the back. I think that's correct. I just know that the sound is really good. One thing that I like about the car is I'm just going to home. Don't take my stick, please. One thing that I like is the applications to it. So, for example, with this tells me my fuel economy on this drive, and it'll tell me my average fuel economy. This is the overall history of 2 years of driving. So that is down there, and the current drive is up the top. So to achieve 7.5, like I was saying earlier, when I'm in peak hour traffic a fair bit, probably 65-70%, is pretty good. The economy is pretty good. If I was just driving in the country, the economy would be a lot better. But the economy is pretty good anyway, particularly because it runs on unleaded standard fuel. So there's a lot you can play with here with the settings. A lot of things that you can look at. Sometimes it gets a bit distracting. This one is the major settings. So the height, for example, that one is the heads-up control, which sits in front of me. You can alter the angle that heads-up comes up depending on the height of the driver. Then you've got brightness control, that's regarding the instruments, display information. So that's the active driving display at the moment, so all that information will come up on the heads-up. If I want to reset and go back to the factory default position, I can do that easily enough. If I go up here, so for example, blind spot monitoring, traffic sign recognition, which is what's giving me that beeping sound. There's driver attention, parking sensor, all of those things I find really good. I don't find those annoying at all. Sound. So this is where I can alter the bass, the treble, the fade, the balance. I just leave it where it is. I don't like to complicate it. So generally I just leave it there. Okay, so that's the clock. I've just got it on the 12-hour format because in Australia we work off the 12-hour clock, not the 24-hour clock. Okay, so there's different settings for the vehicle: rain sensing wipers, door locks, speed alarm, lighting. Okay, so this is Bluetooth management. The satellite navigation works off maps. It doesn't work from the phone. But at the moment, I'm able to, while the car's still under warranty, I'm able to take the chip back and get it updated continually. In some of these areas around out of Melbourne, there's always new developments, so they change roads and new streets spring up from nowhere. So that's why it's handy to get the maps updated. I can change the language. I can change how the temperature is managed. We do things here now in kilometres, not miles, and I want to keep it in English because it's simple for me. I can do a factory reset. I'm not going to do any of that. We're just talking about agreements and disclaimers. I can set this I can use the settings. I'm just going back again. I can use, oops, I don't want that. Okay, so I've got a range of music and information sources: FM radio, AM digital. Then there's connections that you connect through your phone. I buy another one? Not sure. I'd have to. Not really sure at this stage. I'd compare what's on the market, because obviously Australia, like any other country, the market's going to keep changing. And I hope you enjoyed the ride. Good luck, goodbye, God bless. Happy motoring. Bye bye.